What is going on, y'all? It is your boy, Nala, the seven-figure entrepreneur, and I've been in the notary space for almost 10 years. What I want to talk about is how I made that first 15 going full-time as a notary agency. So for me, it was just a few tweaks that I made that really took me to that 15K in that first month when I transitioned from being, the mobile notary over to the actual agency model. Completely changed. Worst things for me is I didn't really start from zero in the sense that I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't start from zero. I just flipped the model. So many of you guys may be doing the old, oh yeah, I just want to go to each of these appointments and I just want to do it all myself. And sometimes I talk to some of the people in the notary agency and the notary business, and they've been notary for years. Some of them have been notary for 30 years, 30 years, and they're still driving from signing to signing. For me, when I started to realize, or I started to have that feeling where, there's another way to do this, there's another way to make money within this industry, then I was like, oh, I don't need to do it like how I'm doing it anymore, which was driving to these locations. I can just switch to the agency model. I can make more within the same day, and I can save more time. There was too many check marks. It just made too much. It made too much sense to me. So I didn't start from zero in the sense that I didn't know what I was doing as a notary. I started from scratch doing the notary agency stuff, but I just flipped the model. Instead of doing these signings, all I'm doing is not going to these signings. That's the first thing that I did. And that alone helps you bring in more money. Reason being, the reason it does that is because you're able to squeeze more jobs in on the day. So let's say you did 5, let me do some quick math for you guys, right? Let's say that you were a mobile notary, and I'll even use big numbers. You made $100 and you had 5 clients for the day. So you were a solo operator notary and you made $500 for that day. Once you switch to the agency model, instead of getting 5 clients at $100 a day and working for like 5 to 7 hours, you can work less hours, 1 to 2 hours, and make more money, because now you can get 40 signings for the day or 20 signings for the day let me do some quick math for you guys real quick so I don't give you some crazy numbers. So for example, instead of doing 5 jobs at $100 a day, $100, and getting $500 for the day, you can do 20 jobs at $40 margin and make $800 for that day, working only 1 to 2 hours. You see what I'm saying? So it makes more sense, and you're more scalable because you're not having to drive to each of these jobs. You're just sending people to work at these jobs that are on your team. They're doing the jobs, and you're able to just keep some of the money and then stack more jobs within that day. So you just raised your daily profits from $500 a day to $800 a day, up by $300, and you save yourself more hours, so now you can squeeze in more jobs. So that's the second thing that you need to do, or the second thing that you need to understand. You can squeeze in more. And you do this by focusing on order flow, not individual jobs. Focused on order flow. Order flow, not individual jobs. Oops, I misspelled that on accident. So for me, I stopped trying to go to each of these locations. I'm like, all right, instead of driving to location to location to location to location, let me just focus on building up a team, making sure that my marketing is on point, and then I'm focusing on who's getting the jobs. So many of you guys you're kind of right here. So you have the signing service / signing agency, and then you have the notary. But even above that, you have the client, right? So how the flow of things look is a client comes in, the client reaches out to the signing service some of the times if they can't find a notary, and then the notary, the signing agencies has somebody on their team and they flow it out. When you're the signing service, instead of doing these jobs by yourself, you're finding one of a lot of notaries on your team and you're just assigning it. You're just focused on the order flow. Who's gonna be the notaries you want to give business to? Who are the notaries you want to give business to? Rather than when you're just a notary, You're just focused on doing that one job. Because think about it, the notaries down here are just focused on doing their job. They're just focused on doing the job, doing the job. But when you're here, you're focused on who you're gonna give the job to, who does the best, who you wanna work with. And that alone helps you change it, because then you can find somebody that's willing to do it for a little bit less because they just wanna have money coming in, or they just wanna get their feet wet. You see what I'm saying? So I focus on order flow rather than the individual jobs itself, which kind of tweaked. It was a little change that rapidly expanded the money that we were making at that time. Now we're far past that. Anyways, I built supply before demand. So let me write that out for you. Supply before demand. Meaning I had notaries ready before I had consistent orders. So I could say yes to basically everything. So when I was building out the team in the beginning, I made sure that I had a team. You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys want to, I'm just jump straight into here, but you don't understand operations acquisition. You see what I'm saying? You don't understand how to get these people to your team so that you can work together and you can trust each other. So I built up that supply before going out there and being like, okay, cool, I'm going to start offering this. So by the time jobs come in, no matter what the area was, I was able to go ahead and just accept jobs from anywhere. When you're able to accept jobs from anywhere, you can take in more clients from different locations. So that's another thing that helped us get to that 15,000 mark way faster, because it's like, okay, no matter where they are, they could be 3 hours over there. I still got somebody that's ready already. I got somebody that's locked and loaded. I already know how much they cost, how much we agreed to split in the profits, and then we just move from there. That's it. That's it. That's all you focus on from that point. But if you have that supply ready, you don't have to be worried about being able to take over the jobs or being able to do the jobs. You can just go ahead and attack and complete these jobs, knock them out the way, and move on to the next thing. Next up, I move fast on every opportunity. So one of the things I realized with notaries, and excuse my French, but y'all suck at answering the phones. Even when I was a mobile notary, I didn't suck at answering the phones. I answered it because, like I said, I was coming from a struggle position to where I wanted to make that money, so I was hungry, but it showed me how much that people didn't really care about it. So what I started to realize is a lot of the notaries, it takes you forever to answer the phone calls. And if you don't answer the phone calls, and for those of you that don't answer the phone calls, which I'll probably say it's like 80 to 90%, it's that high. Trust me, it's that high. You guys will send a text message. But on the other hand, me, even when I was in the notary days, that first 1-2 calls, I'm picking up. You just need to ring once or twice and I'm picking up. It should ring on their side at max 3 times before somebody picks up that phone. But I moved fast on every opportunity. And being on that end, being on the side where I wasn't making any money, so then making money, one of the biggest differences was just speed. And I've learned this from so many entrepreneurs. If you were to do one thing, your speed is very important, because speed allows you to get the customers faster, make mistakes faster, learn from your mistakes faster, grow faster, but you have to be on point. You can't want customers, you can't want to get away from your job, you can't want to change your current position in life by moving slow and hoping that it'll happen. We don't know how much time we have. We have to put all the work in possible to get stuff done. So I moved fast on every opportunity, and I treated every client that came in as if they were the first client that I had, and I wanted to make sure that I got the job. Next up, you want to protect your margins early. So one of the things that I always talk about, especially with some of my clients, when I have notary students that come in and I'm coaching them through it, one of the things I do is I look at their expenses and I show them, hey, you could cut here, you could cut here, you could cut here. Because what you want to do is protect your margins early. Especially as a new business, you don't want to be spending money on anything you don't need to be. Everything needs to be like, there needs to be a method to all the madness. Every step in the dance needs to be intentional. Every foot you place down needs to be there for a specific reason, and that's to align you to put your next step down. You don't need to just be doing things just because you had a impulse buy and you want to buy something for your business because it looks cool. No, you protect your margins early, and you make sure that you're profitable damn near from the beginning of starting. So I don't underprice just to get deals. I make sure that every order made sense financially, and I made sure that I wasn't going crazy with my business expenses. But these are a few things that helped me get to that 15,000 in the first month going full time as a notary agency. And then from there, I remember I think either 3 or 4 months in, we ended up hitting $40,000 a month, which was insane because I was struggling to get to 10K as a regular notary. But then once I switched the model, I was able to make money so much faster. And then it makes sense just because, like, just number two, for example, even just number two, you're focused on order flow, not individual jobs. So hopefully this gave you some insight on how that worked. If you want more in-depth detail and you're a notary or someone that's looking to get into the notary business, go ahead and click on the link in my bio. Me or a member of my team will walk you through how we did everything step by step so that you can close that gap to get to where you want to get to sooner. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. If you found this helpful, make sure to join our free Notary Knowledge Academy. It's the #1 community for all notaries. And if you need one-on-one mentorship on how to grow your business from 3 to 8K plus in your notary business, all the links are down below. Go ahead and click that, and I'll see you guys on the inside.